seat of a 1990 Toyota Supra Mark III. Now this is Ash's car, and I must say a massive thank you to him for letting me take his car out. Now this Mark III Supra is a naturally aspirated 3-litre engine mated to a 5-speed manual transmission, and this one itself has a rather touching story behind it. Now Ash, the owner, actually used to walk past this exact car sat at the back of a forecourt rusting away when he used to go to school and back. So came time and he had a bit of money, he was offered the car, and you know, 10 years on basically from him actually walking past it, seeing it at school and lusting for this exact car, he was able to actually purchase it. So there's a bit of sentimental value in this car already. Regardless of its condition, he was going to buy it anyway. He wanted the car for nigh on 10 years, walking past it day after day going to school. Now this isn't the first car you'd think of when you think of a Supra. You'd obviously think of the Mark IV, but the Mark III, to me, the cheese wedge sort of shape and the pop-up headlights are a 90s fanboy moment for me. I love the styling and the sort of shape of these cars. This one especially, with the HSD Mono Pro coilovers that Ash has put on, the ball bit wheels, which are 17-inch by 10-inch wide, so it's got a bit of a girthy stance to it. And after it being sat around for nigh on 10 years, he put a new clutch in it, did all the brakes, and it drove absolutely fine. There was nothing wrong with the car. So he was able to get the car back on the road and use it as a daily driver, and that's how he's been using it for the past couple of months. But the most interesting thing about this build is the next step that's going to happen. He's actually bought an LS400 purely for the engine. So the one that I actually did for the channel, the white one that you may remember, he actually bought that car and is ripping it apart as we speak. He's actually taking the engine out. He's going to plant it in the front of this Mark III Supra. He's going to, you know, do the teething problems, get it right, get it running, use it as a daily driver again with the 4-litre 1UZ engine in there. And then he's going to turbocharge it with two turbochargers are going on this car. So the next step for this car is going to be insane. So I really wanted to grab it prior to all of that madness happening, because realistically on the road I've never driven one of these. Now eagle eye viewers will remember a little video I put out, you know, probably towards the end of last summer, when this car was basically thrashed around a field. I was handed the keys from Ash and he said go and have some fun in it. So I've actually driven this car around the field sideways before, and that was just after him actually buying the car. So he wanted to test the car out, make sure everything was happy, but have some fun in it as well. Now this car is frankly unbelievably comfortable for a 90s sports car, but I suppose these were always sort of a GT car anyway. There are 2+2, so you can get people in the back if you so wish to. Inside you're met with a very 90s interior, very cool little switches and slidey bits and bobs down here. You've got a voltmeter up here, you've got an oil gauge, you've got cruise control on the steering wheel here, you've got a little armrest, you've got electronic lumbar support down here, which is a very fancy thing to put in a Japanese GT car. The only other modifications that have been done to enhance the performance of the car is a stainless steel exhaust system and a cone filter. Ash fully knew that he was going to pull the engine out of this car, so he didn't want to go too crazy with any performance mods when he's only going to rip the car apart anyway. Outside from obviously the overlaying shots that I've taken, it's very rusty, this car. It's been sat around for 10 years, so the idea was that Ash was going to take this and, you know, restore it, but with a mad engine in it. And I love that fact. You know, the Supra owners out there would probably want this car restored to sort of how it was, it being, you know, a white edition. It's quite a nice, you know, spec'd car with the sort of bluey cloth interior. But I think he's going the right way about it, making a mad car from a car that he dreamt about while walking past on the way to school. And I love that as a thing. I love the fact that he was able to actually go, yeah, I'm going to do that regardless of its condition and stuff. I'm going to get it on the road and use it as a daily driver, then I will turn it into the monster and the unbelievable car it deserves to be in his head, because the sentimental value's there in this one. So a little pop there. That was good. It drives very straight and true for a car that's been sat around for 10 years. Still doing a very good job at being a very nice car. So I think this is a testament to the love of cars, this one. Ash wanted this car, he went and bought it, and now he's going to restore the car, but with, you know, a perk in the engine bay, let's say. It's going to be a mad car when it's finished, and I want to, you know, try and document a little bit of the build on this one, because it's going to be unbelievable when it's done. Even with the 4 litre in there, it's going to be, you know, a transformed car. It's going to be completely different to drive. Now, I've got big love for Supras, and I like every single one pretty much. You know, they didn't really do a bad Supra in my books. I just love the fact that this is an obtainable car for Ash, and he, you know, is going to make something really, really mad out of the whole process of, you know, wanting the car, buying the car, buying another car. He actually bought another Supra for the panels as well. You know, a lot of these panels are rusty, so went out and actually bought another Supra for the panels because they are that cheap. And he's going to make a mad car out of pretty much 3 cars, and I love that fact. I love the fact that he's going to do it all himself, and it's going to be what he wanted when he was a kid rolling past on the way to school. And that's what it's all about, these cars. If you're able to obtain something that, you know, you wanted when you were a child, when you were going to school, and you saw a car on someone's driveway in a, you know, car park, and you're able to actually get it at some stage in your life, that is the best feeling ever. It really is. What you've also got to remember about this shaped Supra is it was, you know, quite ahead of its time with what was going on inside the car. It's got automatic climate control down here. It's got automatic vent control, so they're all automatic. It's got headlight washers down here. So this is quite ahead of its time. Japan have always been ahead of their time with their cars. But the defining thing about this car is it hasn't shot up like the Mark IV did. You know, the whole Fast and Furious era really pushed those cars, you know, very far away from what is feasible for most people, which is a shame. So I still think that this car right now is easily to obtain, especially a turbo one as well. You could get a turbo one for next to nothing these days. So if you're in the market for a Supra and you like pop-up headlights and more of a wedged shape, I'd go for this one. Anyway guys, I hope you liked the video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe for more car reviews, and I'll see you all on the next video. Cheers guys.